everyone loves sci-fi movies, but there is one question I have with them, and that's whether they actually make sense scientifically. So, let's find out. The first example is Star Wars. Now, I've chosen this as the first example because it probably isn't the best example, because what I've done my research here, or at least when I type into Bing and it gives me the AI, it tells me that Star Wars is not really a sci-fi. It's really just a fantasy, but with spaceships replacing the dragons. For instance, when they're fighting in Star Wars, the blasters wouldn't actually make a noise in space. But there are a few things that Star Wars gets right. So, you know Tatooine, one of probably even more popular planets now due to Mandalorian and Boba Fett. Well, you'll know that it has 2 different stars. And this is actually accurate because there are loads of known exoplanets in the known universe, the observable universe, which do actually belong to 2-star systems. Now, sadly, hyperspace doesn't really make much sense from Star Wars, which is a shame. But the ion engines, which power things like TIE fighters and sub-light speedcrafts, could actually be possible, which is pretty cool. So there are these ion thrusters, which electrically powered propulsion engines, so I'm reading from the article, that provide thrust by accelerating positive ions with electricity. While you won't find any ion drives propelling the citizens of Earth, as they don't work when they're surrounded by ions in the vacuum of space, there's no better way to get around, at least for now. But this article does list droids as accurate, so maybe in the future we will have droids walking around space. And it does even tell us that the 3D holograms are pretty accurate and could happen, so maybe we will see a real-life R2-D2 in the future. Okay then, let's move on to some other movies which might actually be made to be a little bit scientifically accurate. So, the first one we're going to look at is The Martian, which stars Matt Damon. And this article says that it was actually quite scientifically accurate. Like they do in the movie, growing potatoes on Mars is, it says it's a pretty feasible as the basic mineral content of the soil is adequate. The shelter shown in the movie is quite realistic too, however there were also a few inaccuracies. So what it looks like so far, no movie is going to be perfect, and let's be honest, they're just made to entertain us, but they can be kind of accurate. So more on that shelter. I've just seen here that NASA is seriously considering attaching a Bigelow aerospace module to the ISS with a basic design that is pretty much almost the same as the one in the movie. Well, let's now talk about probably the most accurate sci-fi movie of all time, Interstellar. A great movie, and you might have already heard this one, but somehow the rendering and the graphics behind the movie Interstellar actually led to the discovery of 2 scientific phenomena. So if you want to see more space videos, please subscribe because I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.